minutes late. Okay.
There is no late. There is no time. Time doesn't exist. Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon to you, Andrea Rawson in Boulder, Colorado. Do you go, is it Rosen or is it Rawson? Which is
Rawson,
it?
Miss
Rawson.
Rawson.
Miss Rawson.
Miss Rawson.
And my old, dearest, bestest, oldest homie in the whole world. I just woke up from
Friends forever.
It's true. We really are. And I wouldn't miss the chance to hang out with you for the world.
Oh.
And that's why I am
got no sleep.
That's why I'm running on empty, but I'm happy to, but it's
Gaiute, Brian.
Gaiute, the rabbit fish fan in me recognizes, salutes, cherishes the rabbit fish fan. The rabbit fish fan.
Way to wake up in the middle of the night. It feels like the season is right for something a little witchy and strange and sort of in the buffer, so to speak, to quote Mike.
Yes, in the wait, in the buffer? Is Mike talking about in the buffer? I was thought your poet was talking about in the along.
No, in the buffer. Now I'm not crying in the buffer. It's how many people are you?
Oh my god, that's a deep cut.
It's like I know.
That's a deep cut.
But I feel like in the buffer is a cool space. You know, another Mike line that is also sort of speaking to me through the season and my witchiness is there's a song that they played actually for Halloween in that acoustic set in California, and one of the lines to this Mike song is something about, is there some kind of voodoo remedy for somebody not being there? It's one of my favoriteest Mike lines. It's in that acoustic set somewhere. There she goes.
Wait, sing it again. Yeah.
Sha blah blah blah. Sha da da.
Remedy for what? A remedy for?
Is there a voodoo remedy for somebody not being there?
Interesting. I like it.
Isn't that cool?
It takes me to a moment I saw this week. Tig Notaro, she was on Colbert.
Okay.
You know Tig, right?
No.
Oh, yes, you do. She's a comedy legend, and she's kind of a mousy, funny, ADHD kind of autistic
maybe
character. Yeah, you know who she is.
Hold on, what's her last name? I have a computer in front of me.
Nataro, Nataro. She's got a Tig, Tig, Tig Notaro.
Oh, yeah. How do I know this gal?
She's like had to unplug from society, and she's plugged back in. Unplugged.
Some kind of like power lesbian.
Yes. And, awesome. Power, and I mean, yeah, she's celeb. Not necessarily. She's notoriously, self-admittedly, like blind and frail and weak. I wouldn't call her powerful, but it's her. Yes, I guess in a way she leverages those things. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, I think I know.
But they read on Colbert. She couldn't even finish reading like a 30 stanza poem from Boulder's laureate, who died not long ago, who was friends with the diner. Andrea Gibson, yes. And she read a piece about
she looks like that crew of power,
right? Doesn't she? Can you just see her sitting right there at the table, right?
Yes.
And she read this story about when the body is gone, the things that the soul longs for. It longs for the funniest things, like like a sore throat, or a hangnail. I forget what the examples were, but it was just like anything.
It's her poem. It's her poem.
No, she's reading Andrea Gibson's poem. She's reading Andrea Gibson's poem. You got to go back and find the clip. It's real nice.
There was a film festival here in Boulder, and there's a film that was made on Andrea Gibson and her dying process. And I did not go to see the film because I get a little like itchy, scratchy at the movies. It's hard for me to sit down for that long. But I met up with some gals afterwards, and they said it was so good. It's an amazing documentary, and maybe you should check it out, but maybe our audience too, if they're interested.
Yeah, I would. We
Something.
should. You've read poetry on here several times. I'm not a big poetry reader. I love poetry when it makes its way to my ears and eyes, but I don't actually ever search it out. But every time I find it, I'm so,
I love poetry.
relieved. Yeah, it gives me like a sense of relief. I'm not sure if that's the word, but yeah, we should lean into that. We should read some poetry, perhaps. I can't imagine.
Girl, hello. What shall we read?
Okay, well, maybe you have to suggest something.
I've got everything.
Maybe there's
at my
something
fingertips.
underwater-ish. There's something a little fishy, something that will sequitur. Can you say sequitur? Something that will
yeah,
sequitur
sure, of
with
course.
fish. Okay.
Well, let me look and think. Usually there's something.
So the reason Andrea has so many books, and we'll just take this moment to introduce anybody who's coming here, all 0 of you, but we love we love Strong and Wrong.
Listen,
we love
you and me, Bri.
It's you and me, gal. I got you, babe. It's just us, but
I'll let you be in my dream if you could be in mine, if I could be in yours.
I like that.
I quoted it wrong.
Is that Dylan? Who is
that?
Yeah,
of course.
Okay,
sorry.
There's a place we could start. We could read some Dylan.
Yeah.
So this is Ridiculous. This is our gambaro is the Japanese word. We're doing our best. Gambaro. The Japanese R, and it's a weird one, but the gambaro is the do your best, fight. It's our fighting podcast that refuses to,
lay over and die.
Yes, exactly. We're on episode S17. We should be congratulating ourselves. I'm very proud of us.
Let's have a moment. Come on, little pat on the back.
Yeah,
we're still finding our shape.
We found it, Anne. We're not looking for anything. This is our shape. But you're right. Actually, you did mention that
shapes become undone.
We were supposed to do some homework. We were supposed to actually find.
No. We're not doing homework. We're in a meditation that is low key, high yield. We are in the along, as to quote a wonderful poem we did read as a sequitur once. And we are ridiculous. We like to read things. We're kind of nerds, and our structure.
Speak for yourself, Anne.
I am a fucking nerd.
I'm cool.
You're cool. I was reading this book last night in bed. It's really funny. Speaking of poetry, it's not a funny book, but it's the story of Mary Wollstonecraft, our first English feminist. On the vindication of the rights of women, who is the mother of Mary Shelley, author of Frankenstein.
Wow.
Okay. And the book is this back and forth between both of their lives and how Mary Wollstonecraft impacts Mary Shelley, who goes on to write maybe the most famous book by a woman that has changed the fucking world and continues to do so. Ironically, the first Phish song that I ever heard, Halloween '94, opened with Frankenstein. And it's really fun because I teach it every year.
Cool.
It's like the best. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. So anyway, yes, I am a nerd. I read in bed. I love Phish. We love Phish. We're a bunch of nerds who read things about Phish. To you.
Where does the name Ridiculous come? Where does the name Ridiculous come from, Anne?
I mean, Brian.
Anne.
Just
tell me. Just tell me,
listen,
please.
There was a book. It was a very good book. It was maybe even the best book. And yeah, a book doesn't just come out of nowhere, if you know what I mean. A book is written.
Written by who?
No, it is written. Mocktube, it is
written on the up there. If you look up there, you'll see the guy who
is written.
Written. Okay.
Written.
folks, read the fucking book.
Read
That's
it.
all.
Just like
You
if you
just gotta
don't
read the book.
know, I
If
mean,
you don't
ask
know,
somebody.
read the fucking
Find
book.
your
How many
local
times we
hippie.
gotta tell you this? Read the
Find an
fucking
English
book.
teacher. Read it. Read it. Read it, bitches.
Okay. So
Speaking of ridiculous,
mm,
yesterday is this beautiful day in Boulder. It is so fall. It is so
nice.
just like right on the cusp of ending, or is it? It's just like in the along right now. And I rode my bike to school. I've got this epic e-bike, and as I'm whoop whoop whoop, I see a guy walking with a ridiculous shirt. I was just like, dude, that shirt, yes.
Oh, we should get some shirts. We should make it. I should make a design.
Make
That's
a design. Let's fucking.
okay. Let's do it.
It was so great. It made me really happy. Things are very happy right now. Shall
Well,
I?
yeah,
Oh no.
but hold on. Like a busy weekend for both of us. It's October 26th at the time of recording this. 25th for you. I'm in the future, but it's days away from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Frankenstein should give you a clue. Halloween.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, we're almost to Halloween, you guys.
So we were deliberating, what should we read this week? And I said, it has to be Halloween. Somebody just woke
it had
up.
to be.
What Phish is Halloween
Maybe
is
you'll join
enormous
us.
in Phish lore, and there's infinite topics we could talk about for infinite Halloweens henceforth. There's just so much fodder.
There is so much.
But you and I picked a few fishy moments from the past. How long have they been at this? 40 years?
40 and change?
Halloween.
42?
Oh
is it
God.
the meaning of life? 42?
27? Is it 42, Anne? It's 42, right?
I can't do math right now.
There's
let's go backwards down the number line. Is this the last Halloween?
That was the last Halloween
that has been played.
Folks, you're looking at the story of Get More Off. Is that what it is? Get More Down.
No,
Get More Down. It's been a while. Get More Off. I like Get More Off though. Get More Down.
Oh gosh.
Well, they don't actually say Get More Down. It's
get
like
more
buried.
Down.
It's buried. Okay, so this is the time Phish covered the album Get More Down.
Time.
Get More Down is the legendary album by the legendary band Sci-Fi Soldier. And why have you never heard of Sci-Fi?
Time traveling.
They're from the future, so we haven't even gotten to them yet.
Mitochondrial tardigrade space travelers.
The ninth cubes, yes.
Oh,
so
there they are.
There's our heroes. They don't look like heroes. They'll have to do. Very fun comic book that accompanied the sort of like a playbill. Halloween is it's the most, I wouldn't say theatrical, but
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
You should get a Christmas album. I'm waiting for the Phish Christmas album. What would Phishmas, right? Every time
Little Drummer Boy would be like a thread. It'd be like a Tweezer fest, but it'd be a Little Drummer Boy fest.
Oh, interesting idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What else? They'd have to do they'd have to cover some Vince Guaraldi, like Snoopy Christmas.
Easily done, I would say.
Right?
Trey or Page on the piano would be just lovely. Can you imagine if he just like busted out into that like perfect note for note? The crowd would go insane, right? That'd be so fun.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How about they could do what's his name? James Brown, A Very Funky Christmas.
Oh, they could do a bunch of they could do a bunch of stuff like that.
Ooey gooey Phish Funky Christmas.
That'd be fun.
How Funky Christmas.
Let's campaign for it. I'm down. But isn't that kind of a moment? It's sort of a nail in the coffin of a band. It's like when you've done a Christmas album, it's like the last gasp. No, maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, they could do it in a fishy way that would be hilarious, but I don't think they would, just because
Dylan did it.
Did he? What did he did a Christmas album?
Yeah, Dylan did a Christmas album. I don't know if I ever heard it, but I think he did one not that long ago either.
Well,
but Halloween is
everybody needs some
legendary.
retirement, Brian.
The Phish New Year shows are enormous. I tend to think the Halloween shows, and I might be alone here, but I think the Halloween shows kind of blow New Year's out of the water.
100%.
Okay. I was surprised that you're in agreement, but
no, I am, for a very specific reason. Like, while New Year's is the like Broadway Phish spectacle, Halloween is generative, and it is risky in a different way than New Year's is. New Year's is a lot of parts, and it's usually a throwback, right?
Right.
There's some new things. There's always new things, but like an album is huge, and it sort of like opens the portal to new inspiration, I think, in sound. And there have been some flops, and that's a learning exercise too, right? Like, I think the crowd did not love Wingsuit when it was debuted in Vegas.
Hold on. Let's walk this back just a little bit. Okay. So on Halloween, we go out and trick or treat. What do we wear? We wear a costume. And on Halloween, if you go to a Phish show, everybody's in costume. It's sort of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And the band comes out, and they don't technically wear a physical costume. They
until this year.
They have worn some silly things, but it's all about the musical costume.
Yeah.
They come out, and this is the time of the year, the show of the year, that they have the ambition to take on 3 sets rather than 2, a 3-setter. It's a big night.
We always want 3
we
sets.
We love a 3-setter, right?
I always want 3 sets.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, not always, Anne.
No, I always
okay.
Okay. Hard line.
Well then, yeah, all right, fair enough. But
like my first 3 shows were 3 sets. No, my first, like of the first 3 shows I saw in Phish,
one of which we're going to be talking about tonight.
One of the 3, or 2 of the 3 were 3-set shows, and it sort of set an expectation for my heart.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, they come out. They when you show up at the venue, at least in the last 20 years, you walk in and you get a playbill. And the same playbill that you get at a Broadway show, and it looks just like a playbill. And maybe you have one laying around. I don't know where any of my playbills are. And you get a playbill, and it looks just like a playbill, and it announces, for the first time you're finding out right when you're arriving at the venue.
Yeah.
The musical costume, what the musical costume is.
Where are my playbills?
An album that has been very influential, I suppose, not just to Phish, but probably to all of us, that the band plays starting in the second set in its entirety from beginning to end. So this is quite a musical feat. Anne is committed to finding a playbill.
I just have like a bunch of them.
She has a bunch. She's so spoiled. She's spoiled rotten. She's going to all these Halloween shows. She's got too many to. She's lost them. She's got so many of them. But you show up, and it's great. It's got little advertisements. It's got a little bio about the band that covered. There we go. There's a Phish bill there. Oh, that's an actual Phish bill. That's an actual playbill.
Hold on. I got more.
That's not a real Phish playbill. That's a real Broadway playbill. Or yeah, the ballet playbill. What the heck was that actually?
That's from the ballet.
Okay. So yeah, it's a program. So you show up, and it's got that classic sort of, Deutsche Grammophon header, that yellow box, and then it has like, the play underneath it that probably was the same format that they used, on Broadway since the 50s or something, 40s maybe.
Oh yeah.
And so the first year that they did it,
I hate feeling unprepared. I wish I knew where my playbills were.
You'll never find them. Don't worry. You'll only find them out immediately after the stream ends.
Son of a.
So you walk in and you get treated. If you make it to a Halloween show, you get treated. You get a special trick or treated because they are going to play probably an album that you love, and if you don't love it, you're gonna start to love it. An album in its entirety by somebody like David Bowie, or somebody like Talking Heads, or somebody like The Who, or perhaps The Velvet Underground, if that's not good enough for you. Or if you're very, very lucky and you were at the very first time they ever did the musical costume, like my pal Andrea was, you are going to see dun, 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 dun,
the Beatles.
the Beatles. And not only the Beatles, but like I think our mutually
The
shared
White
favorite
Album.
the White Album.
Yeah,
God.
yeah. Like
So
the
that is
most transformative Beatles album, I think.
I agree. I to Beatles purists, I think a lot of them scoff at the White Album, but the White Album is the best. Why is that, Anne? I wonder why. I think it might be a thing that it appeals to
I think you're right.
us more than it does to
other people.
No, but the generation that grew up with the Beatles, like I think maybe it represented something that was like out there or something. Maybe it was like
it takes a lot of attention. Like that album, it's a double album. It's over an hour and a half of music. It has a very distinct flow and storytelling arc, and you have to really pay attention. All the transitions, the way the songs sort of are stitched together, I
almost disagree with you there. I don't
love it.
I don't know if you need a lot of attention for it. In fact, that's maybe one I might have to walk that back, but I just think like you can.
Oh no!
But you're right. It does have those sort of interstitials, like Dear USSR bleeds into Dear Prudence, and bum inside B is like
Bill,
right. But there's a perfect example of like a song that doesn't require you don't have to be involved in Bungalow Bill. You have to listen to the story, but it's very childish in that way. And number 9, and why don't we do it in the road? That's like a high school. It's sophomoric a bit. I feel it's got a little bit, which is probably the year in high school that I discovered it.
Until you are singing Rocky Raccoon from memory, your soul memory of
which
48, 49, 68 years old, 80 years old. I mean, it's timeless and it is so deep.
Yes. Great.
If you have spent time with the White Album, you know what I mean. It's it's just it's all there, man. It's all
and
together,
you have
man.
You got I don't know if you ever had the LP, but it had those inserts with the really great, I think it was Avedon. Was it Avedon? I think it was
photographs.
Avedon. Yeah. And that's like which one was it? There was those big psychedelic colorful things that were
and then there were the
I think that came out. Yeah.
Portraits.
Exactly. But those were in a magazine. But that era of the Beatles, the sort of swinging 60s, Beatles or London swinging London motif that came out of Sgt. Pepper's, it was like a Flower Power. It was like, I know for you it probably appealed to you, but it was a little bit too Austin Powers-y. It's a little bit too campy.
I made Mike Travis listen to Sergio Mendes the other night, so I am quite aligned with that.
but when they get to the White Album and they're all a little bit scruffy and they're all a little bit they just they're seasoned, right?
1968, November 22nd.
They just look supremely cool. That's right before. Yeah, right before it's right before the crescendo, it was we're in the pocket, I felt like.
And then it explodes and it's confusing, right? Maybe shortly after the White Album. When did the Beatles break up? 72?
No, 70.
70.
Yeah, or 69 even. I mean, it was kind of over. I think, 70. You don't get a Beatles album after that. But
when did the Beatles break up? What year?
I'm sure it's 70.
April 10th, 1970.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it so great that Phish never broke up?
Oh my God, what a Bullet
And then
we
they
dodged.
play all these
I
amazing
know.
things.
We're so lucky. We're so
Still,
lucky.
I know. It is a
Super,
course
super
that my
lucky.
life has been set upon since your
Disaster
first show.
averted. Disaster averted. Nearly. Well, actually, they did break up. But anyway, it's beside the point. Halloween, and then. So we're gonna talk about
Let's
Halloween,
talk about it.
1994, Andrea's first show. Do we
Best
know?
Reba.
I'm looking up the date. I'm like, what date was it? It was what
it
date
was
was it?
10/31
It was
94.
10/31. My first show was 6/9/94, I think. So that means I'm probably, I don't know if I'm 6 months. It's probably we're exactly.
You are. You're like
I think I'm
6 to
6
8
months older.
months
So
older
we're just
than
like
me.
right on
Or no,
target.
I think you're 11 months older than me, actually.
Okay.
Because you're November.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy.
Hey,
You just had a
thanks.
birthday. Oh, did I not wish
did.
you? I'm sorry. I didn't. I should have wished you happy birthday. I'm sorry.
I think you're sending me a letter, so
I
you can
am.
just
I
write
am.
happy
Oh,
birthday on
speaking
the
of which,
envelope.
and I've been blasting about it, but you might not have seen. But
No,
you'll
I've
get a
been
slight
very in
take of it. Okay,
school.
so I've got some letters that are going out. There's actually like quite a lot of them. But look what's going out to people.
Is that a zipper? What is that?
It's a happy face with a tone arm. I have to let me see.
Oh, cute. Yep.
All right. Hold on.
I want one of those. I hope.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is that Tokyo Record style?
Yeah, Tokyo Record style down here, and then you got.
Yeah.
Have a nice play.
Oh my God, I love the logo.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I worked
Cheers
really hard on it. It
to
took me
you.
quite a while on it. It took me a long time.
That's really great.
Yeah, so I've got one coming your way. I don't have a whole giant stack of stickers, unfortunately. How do I get this thing to go
Send
back?
me the image and I'll make you like 200.
Really?
Yeah, send me your image file.
Okay.
I like to make stickers.
What's going on here? My camera just went haywire. Okay, we got to get this show on the road.
All right. So we're going to be reading some stuff from Rolling Stone today, which is kind of fun. And whoa, hey-o.
Sorry, I'm working on it.
Good morning.
Let's just go with that. Sorry.
Everybody likes the sunshine. All right, so we're reading from Rolling Stone. This is an article published on October 15th, 2020, when we were all so nostalgic for Phish. It was the heart of the pandemic, oy vey. And Rolling Stone wrote on Flashback. Phish covers Beatles back in the USSR in 1994.
So this link I'm dropping here in the chat
By Andy Green, pardon me.
You can follow along, although that might be behind a paywall, in which case I think, Andrea, I can give people a link.
Yeah, you can give them our link. Just make sure your sharing settings are right. No edits, views only.
Okay. Sorry, I froze. Yeah, I got it. Okay, whoops, that's kind of scary. I'm freezing up there. Okay, well, in that case, I'm not even gonna. Maybe, man, I need a new computer.
You're a little laggy.
I know. I'm sharing. It's like, okay, I'm not. I guess I'm not going to share the screen.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's just read.
Okay.
All right, and take it away, Miss Halloween, Miss Frankenstein. Open.
Oh. So good. So good. I mean, I don't know where you lived, but where I lived, we had 92.3 K-Rock, and they played all the classic rock. So I knew the song Frankenstein, but like nominally, you like hear it on the radio every couple years or whatever. And
it's instrumental. You don't know that the song is named Frankenstein.
Totally.
Until you're a Phish head and you're like, oh, I know this song, and then you're like, oh, Frankenstein, cool. And it opens lots of shows, and every time it opens a show, it's like one of the best shows you've ever seen. And then you're like, oh, when they open with Frankenstein, that's a good sign.
This is before Page had the keytar.
The keytar,
because now he has like several keytars.
Yes, James Brown's keytar.
Yes, James Brown's keytar. They could use it for the funky Christmas album.
Yeah, I like that idea.
The Cow Funky Christmas album. Yeah, it's before Paige has the guitar. And you know what's interesting before I start, just something to chew on. The Grateful Dead had a love of Mary Shelley. Did you know?
Sounds familiar. What? Tell me more.
I don't know
Say
that
more.
much. I'm pretty sure that like Jerry as a writer and Barlow and all the folks who wrote lyrics were sort of enamored with Mary Shelley. And some of that creeps into the Grateful Dead. So there's this kind of awesome seething network
Hold on, let me
for
interrupt you for a second. What
yeah.
I haven't read Frankenstein, if ever or since high school, and I probably
Ooh.
read the Cliff Notes, and you
Mm.
probably read it 20
I
times.
have, yes.
Yeah. So what's the moral? What's the real moral of the story of Frankenstein? What is it about? What is the real essence of the book? Come on, it's like in a sentence.
um uh, Poetry is foundational to exploring the confusion of being a creator.
No, 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 no. That's not what I'm
That
talking
is
about.
my thesis statement. I know it's far out there
No, but I'm
and
talking about
it's
what is the
literary. Oh,
I,
like don't trust AI. It's going to kill you. You know, like all the shit we create without thinking and loose into the world is
but it's not
tragic
about like
in a
loneliness
mirror.
or uh
Yes.
okay. Like what does the monster learn in the end? What is it? What's like does is there any breakthrough? Is there any reveal? Is there any sort of a cloak unveiled and
We
it's
are
no
monstrous.
okay.
We are a full capacity creator species that unleashes monstrosity.
Okay.
And you have to deal with that in the world.
I'm just asking because if it might even be easier to kind of get my head around why the dead might have an interest in Frankenstein. Because what I was going to
Is it
say is that
Barlow? Sorry,
because
keep going.
what I wanted to say is that we love like evil fish. We talk about evil fish sometimes, dark fish, and that's like when it goes minor, dun, 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 when it does those kind of turns. And you love blissed out light fish and more fish, but when it goes sideways, it's you get into territory where you're like, oh, I don't know if
Yes.
I'm gonna make it through the night. You know, like this is little. You know, if you were 13 or 14 years old, I mean, you know, it'd be freaky, like properly freaky.
Mm-hmm.
And the dead also had like, you know, deep in like estimated profit or
Oh,
dark
yes.
star. There's like moments where
Yes.
it's spooky, properly spooky. And Fish is filled with there's a little spook every night. So I think
We
it
we do love the monstrous fish. Yes.
yeah. Anyway, okay. I was trying to
Ramble on Rose. That's a Grateful Dead song that directly references Shelley. But there's
just
something
like
deeper.
Mary Shelley. Da
Just
da da
like
da 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 da
Frankenstein.
da 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 da.
And
Agabah,
try to walk the line.
ramble on
But there's
road.
there's
That's a
something
great
deeper.
song.
I have to do my research. I would have to. All
That's
right,
where it
shall
comes
we?
from. Yes, yes, yes. Let's
Let's
start. Okay,
read,
all
shall
right.
we? All
You
right.
you take it away.
We how long have we been gabbing? No viewers, no comments. All right. Flashback. Phish covers Beatles back in the USSR in 1994. The band's tradition of wearing a musical costume on Halloween dates back to this 1994 show where they covered the White Album by Andy Green. On the alternate version of Earth, where COVID never happened, and the Rolling Stones, Roger Waters, Rage Against the Machine, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, and The Who all toured this year, Phish are probably gearing up for their semi-annual Halloween concert where they cover an entire classic album. Fans never know what they're going to hear until they arrive at the gig, but that doesn't stop them from engaging in months of feverish speculation in the weeks building up to the big night. The tradition of wearing a musical costume started on October 31st, 1994, at the Glens Falls Civic Center in Glens Falls, New York. That night's show started like a regular Phish gig, with the band breaking out originals like The Divided Sky, Sparkle, and Reba. But after a break, they returned to the stage and played all 4 sides of the Beatles' White Album in sequence. Thankfully, a fan managed to get a camcorder into the arena, thank God, and captured the whole thing in pretty decent quality for 1994. Check out the opening 2 songs, Back in the USSR and Dear Prudence.
Okay, so this writing is great. I appreciate it. A little thin, and I don't think we're going to get a whole lot more to it. But excited, just excited by this whole thing, the whole prospect of this show. Do you remember being in the lot? Do you remember what was the lot scene like? And was it cold? Was it chilly? Was it a winter?
It was cold. It was wet. It was kind of drizzly.
Okay.
I'm 16.
In Glen Falls Civic Center in Glen Falls, New York.
Yeah, I'm 16. I'm freshly 16.
Wow, you're young. Okay.
I'm young. Shoshi forgot her ticket on the bed at Megan's house.
Shosh forgot her ticket. No.
And we left her with the gang that drove us there, and me and Amanda and our friend Adzan. We go into the show.
Adzan?
Adam, but we called him Adzam.
Why Adzam?
I can't remember. It was just a baddie. Anyway, we go in and we're
3 of you, minus Shosh, couldn't get in.
Poor Shosh. She just cried for like 7 hours.
For 7 years. Good grief. That's awful. That's
There's
so sad.
this kind of like legendary folklore of this show that like so many people showed up without tickets. And all night long, everybody was trying to break into the arena, and there were like hippies on the roof and like climbing up ladders and rappelling, and like everybody was nuts. I heard.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it only goes on.
Scene. I just remember going in and being like, "Bye, show. We're going to a Phish show."
She had good company. Okay.
She did. And we walked on down the line.
Walked on down the hall.
The hall.
Okay, is it the hall? In the following years, Phish tackled the Who's Quadrophenia, Talking Heads, Remain in Light, the Velvet Underground's Loaded, the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street.
Oh, yes.
Love
that
Little
album.
Feat's Waiting for Columbus, among others. This doesn't reference them all. Can I say that one more time? Quadrophenia, Remain in Light, Loaded, Exile on Main Street, good grief. And Waiting for Columbus, good. One of the greatest live records of all time.
In Jersey. Waiting for Columbus.
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Things started to get weird in 2013. Like that. When they covered their future selves by covered their future selves by unveiling a ton of new material that wound up on their 2014 LP Fuego. They basically came out and played a new fully recorded record in its entirety of all completely new songs that nobody'd ever heard before. So they took a chance and did something a little bit different on that Halloween.
They did indeed. I'm trying to look at all the Halloween sets that were done and the years. Wingsuit, but I don't see on this list the haunted house.
Here, it's coming up, 2016.
Oh, there it is. 2014. I was at that one too. Okay.
The next year, you want to take here?
You go.
Okay, they're so short. We should just trade paragraph for paragraph, maybe.
Well,
okay, but I'll do this one. Okay,
you do this one.
The next year, they played the 1964 Disney children's record "Chilling, Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House." And it was not only did they play this, was this the one? This was the one where they were inside the haunted house, right?
It was awesome. I can't even believe the rest of this sentence. This is bullshit.
Okay, leaving many fans more than a little confused and disappointed. Fuck that.
I say
Fuck
no.
that.
It was so good. It was definitely better in terms of what I heard from like a crowd perspective than Wingsuit, which I think was very challenging for the crowd. Have you heard
I
that?
always talk about this moment that I heard Chris Rock say that, like, I don't want to go to see Prince to hear Purple Rain. I want to go see the new shit.
Yeah, I have heard that too. Yes.
And
Maybe from you.
I don't want to go listen to Rift or Nectar, or I don't want to go. I mean, I love those songs, but I've heard them 1,000 times. I'm ready for a break. I'm ready for a debut. You said you always want 3 sets. I always want brand new material. Brand new material.
That is the generative nature of being a fan. Some people love what they love, and they are in that track. Some people are really interested in what's new, what are the seeds that are being planted, what is the sort of like generative moment where this band discovers something new. And I think you and I are both in for that, the unknown, you know?
I like that feeling of being like, are we in agreement? Do we like that? I'm
Yeah,
not sure, you know?
I like that too, where you're like, you don't know.
You don't know, right?
You don't know. You're just like, it's unfolding
like,
brand
it's
new.
right in front of your eyes. Exactly. Like,
yes.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting.
I think that if people are confused and disappointed,
wrong choice of words.
I'm gonna critique the author for not being a fish head here.
Plus, at this show,
which is fine. He's Rolling Stone.
Let's just stop here for one more second. Thrilling, chilling sounds. Okay, so they play Quadrophenia, they play the White Album, they play the Who, then they come out and play the Disney classic that we all had. I mean, not just our actually
our
was
parents' generation.
Our parents' generation, right?
Yes.
And goes and got passed down, you know, through 2, 3, 4 more generations, and you know we all know it, and. But if I remember this right, this is typically saved for like a New Year's type of gag. But they came out and they made a haunted house on stage. They don't always build this big set production on the Halloween shows.
Correct.
But this particular Halloween show, they had a crazy set design. They had a haunted house, and it was illuminated from the back. And they were inside this room, and they talk about, you know, playing, I think it was at Limestone, where they were playing up in the Air Force. They were playing up in the
facing each other.
All facing each other. It was just them. And they were like, it's a brotherhood kind of thing that they get to do with each other. And it's just them. And when they're in the haunted house, I don't think that they're just behind a wall, behind a facade there. They were actually inside a room. And they're all playing to each other, and all you can see as the audience, no matter
is the house,
is the haunted house and silhouettes of them coming in and out of the windows. Right? It's blue and
it was
eerie.
so fucking cool. Oh my God,
it looked just like the cover of the.
I hadn't seen a Halloween show until I went after my first show until I went to see the Chilling Thrilling.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was with my friend Amanda, who was at my very first show with me. So it was our anniversary. Nice, so it was extra special.
And then the haunted house does this thing where the roof comes up or something.
It all unfolds.
And they are on the thing.
Oh, it was so cool. I mean, it was just like these kind of sketches of jams. And it was...
And smoke billowing out everywhere.
So cool. There were dancers that were doing like dances to things, and there was dead Esther. Remember, she died.
Esther died.
She died in Vegas.
She died in
and
Vegas.
She came back in Vegas. Dead Esther. Yeah.
If you know Dead Esther, you know Dead Esther.
If you don't, read the book.
Read the book.
Okay, get into this paragraph.
All right, here we go. Thrilling, chilling sounds. Okay, leaving many fans. Blah 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 blah. Okay, they made it
more than a little confused and disappointed.
Okay, wrong.
Like,
okay,
go see more shit.
They made it up for it. They made up for it in 2016 by honoring David Bowie by playing the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. But they got right back into the weird in 2018 by covering one of the best shows ever, the fictional album I Rock. I
love that album.
ROKK. I Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. By
Faceplant into.
imaginary Scandinavian prog rock band Kasvat Vox. Okay. They played an album called I Rock by an imaginary Scandinavian prog band that a year in advance they put, what do they call them? Like teaser Easter eggs all out
On the
into the
internet.
media.
Like, I maybe only 3, but enough to make people not
like,
know what
I know
was
what
really
this
going
album
on.
is. I know who Kasvat Vox is. A fictional band.
And then as you're listening, you're like, is it a real band? No, this sounds so fishy. Oh, they must be hitting it. Oh, this must have been a weird band. Wait, is it real? Is it not real? It was so fun to not know and to be listening and to sort of be like following along with internet chatter, I recall.
Yes, and they were all wearing white on this particular show, and they had like white pianos and white guitars, and they had a little white dance routine that's quite ridiculous, and a bunch of fun, cool songs. And it was very much
Dance Dad, yes, 100%.
I don't know if I'd call it a return to form, but it was like new Phish and old Phish all mixed up together. Very cool. A lot of amazing music came out of that. And I'm gonna hand it off here, but before I do, they went to elaborate lengths to make the whole thing seem legit, but a portion of their fan base found the shticks a little less than amusing. This guy.
Sorry, hold on.
Who do you think he is?
Andy Green.
Andy Green, you've been called out.
We'll be following
officially.
you with
a
discerning brow in our
letter to the editor.
Future.
Yeah. 4 years late.
What is your favorite Kasvat Vox song?
Oh God, I don't even know them all. I was about to jump to Turtle in the Clouds. The turtle in the clouds, and then that's the one that they whichever one where they do this.
Yeah. What about this step, kick, whoosh?
That's so stupid.
Whoosh. You got to put your goggles on first. Don't forget your safety eyewear.
Were you at that show?
I was not, but okay. I was listening on the stream that night. I remember in particular because I was taking a really great bath and I was trying to figure out, is this Phish? Is this not Phish? What's the chat? Like, I was sort of in the milieu of the stream, and it was really awesome.
Let's talk about Kasvat Vox. Turtle in the Clouds is the opener. Stray Dog, great tune. Everything is Hollow. I don't even know if I'd be able to identify that one. Oh, this one. Okay. Good for you, Anne. You know all that. You got a great memory for this. Okay. Oh, we come to outlive our brains.
That is my favorite song.
I love that song.
That could be my favorite Phish song, and I'm not even kidding.
Oh, that's cool. It says here, we come to out. That's all I can read. And I just remember, we come to out. I'm like, what is that? Oh, we come out to outlive our brains. It's so
Everything's overlapping. It's a vision for the passing. We are only passing through a vapor, light and liquid too.
Nice. I'd like to hear a little acoustic version of that.
I just want to hear it again. Okay. Sometimes I hear it embedded in other jams, but I'm like, I would love to hear that song.
Say It To Me, Santos, which has been
very popular.
Where I
feel played by it.
Yeah, you were saying it's you don't like hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. You don't like
fake Ghost with a hi ho.
Okay. I love Santos. Santos is like it's one of those where you forget how good it is until you're in the middle of the thing. And it's a great way to end the show. Final hurrah. I love the final hurrah. Final hurrah. Final hurrah.
Final hurrah.
Face plant into rock. That's another good line, right?
Face plant into rock.
Face plant into rock. Which is what Kasvat Vox is. That what it? I think that's what it means. I rock.
Face plant into rock.
Face plant into rock. Okay. Then play by play. Death don't hurt very long.
I like that one. I like
Cool
that.
Amber and Mercury. Is that Mercury? Yeah.
Yep,
And then
yep.
passing through.
Something
It's,
like that.
the thing I love really about this is that I kind of know this the least. This has never been, because it's like not officially a Phish record.
No, you can get it on spot. Oh, it's a Cosmo Vox
It's a
record.
Casbah Box record, so I don't really kind of like know it. I mean, like it's a surprise always to me, and I'm always like scratching my head, like, what is this is from Cas?
I think
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I do too. I mean, I say it affectionately. I mean, it's like I don't know it like I know Hoist or something like a riff. It's like it's always new to me. It's always new to me, which I really love about it. Anyway. Yeah, and I think
Is that where it ends?
no, there's one more paragraph. You got another paragraph.
No, I mean the
Oh yeah,
tracks of IROC.
passing through. How does
Passing
passing
through.
through go?
Isn't there that one bright white light shining right between my eyes? Which one is that one?
Michael would know. Michael's a big.
All right.
It could be passing through. I can hear his voice saying, "Oh, this is passing through." He can, when I'm like, "What is this song?" He's like, "Passing through." It's on Casbah Box. I can hear him saying it.
Okay. All right. Last paragraph.
It's yours.
Phish haven't played since the conclusion of their February 2020 residency at the Moon Palace Hotel in Cancun, Mexico. But Trey Anastasio is keeping busy by staging a weekly digital residency at the Beacon Theater in New York. He's booked the week of Halloween, which means that some sort of musical costume is a possibility. Here's hoping he finally fulfills his dream of playing the 1974 Genesis album, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, in its entirety. It would be a perfect gift to Phish fans who have been deprived of live music for way too long. So
that
the
would be
article
amazing.
is like a time capsule, and they still have not, 5 years later, played the 1974 Genesis album, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
I wonder if what are the last we've gotten is Fuego, Casbah Vox, and Sci-Fi Soldier, which are all like beyond the musical costume. It's beyond covering somebody else's album. I don't know if we'll ever go back to covering albums by somebody else. Doesn't seem like
I don't know. Phish, they touch nostalgia. You never know. I feel like it's anybody's game.
Truly.
I'm going to see Trey in less than 2 weeks. And then he's coming to Denver the week following that. Oh my gosh, so exciting.
And I just put my laundry, I just took a shower before I went to sleep, and I put my laundry in the machine, but I had a red long sleeve shirt with stripes on it underneath a black
is everything pink?
No, but the picture, hold on, let me pull it. I'll try. The picture in the article here.
I thought you were lamenting doing the laundry.
I'm just nervous to share it, to do this.
Oh, because you don't want your computer to see
that. Maybe I won't even bother. But
don't do it. Don't do it.
On this article, Trey has very much inspired my fashion sensibility with his
since
his slacker, worn out Marvin the Martian T-shirt, which I really loved.
I love it.
90s, yeah.
I feel like Joe had one, and he loved a Marvin the Martian.
Me too.
This is like some of that Joe era look. You guys, you too, with your slacker jams. All right, we have another article, and if I'm not mistaken, you were at this Halloween show.
Thomas and Mack, Las Vegas, October 31st, 1998. 4 years after. We had Quadrophenia, we had Remain in Light in the interim. We might have missed one. I don't think we had any others. Then we go to 98 and we get dun 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 dun. You walk in and you get Velvet Underground's Loaded, a record that I knew practically as well as the White Album. I could sing that record.
It's so deep, isn't it, to have that experience?
But the thing was that I came to love it. I didn't see it as a cohesive like masterpiece that I did after I saw it performed live. I was like, it was a catharsis. it was a moment where I was like, you were there, right? No, you weren't
No,
there.
I was not there.
Oh,
No.
I was like, this is the fucking best show I've ever fucking. This is the, and that was like the second stage. That was the second set. We still had to it was like the encore that you forgot.
I know you get you get the third set where you're like, I don't know what happened, but at least I kind of know what's happening right now ish.
Oh man, I was
so
stoked.
Get your brain back. No, it's like you just go farther and farther out.
I know. It's like going to the edge of a cliff. And you're there, and they're like, let's just see what happens. Let's just go a little. Let's see what happens. Let's see how far we can go.
And you tip on off, and some giant eagle just like grabs you as you're falling. Yeah. Love it. Why don't you start this one?
Yeah, Vegas was like, I guess Vegas, I feel like, didn't they do like a handful of Halloween shows in Vegas?
They have done a number of shows.
It kind of became like Quadrophenia and Talking Heads. Maybe anyway, let's just read and we'll find out. Okay, so this is November 2nd, 1998. Okay, so whereas the last one was written
in 2020,
20 years later after, or 16 years later after, or more.
22 years later. Yeah. 22 years later.
Okay, 22 years later. No, it was written in 2020.
And this is 1998.
No, this one is written in 1998. This is written 2 days after the show.
It's literally what I just said. So, oh wait, you're right. No, 1998. 22 years later would be 2020.
The previous article that we just read was 2020.
I know.
And that's not 22 years, Anne. That's 20 for your 1994 show.
Oh, sorry, the show. I thought you meant the article. I was on the other side of the number line.
Okay, it's fine. Okay.
You
backwards
were
down the number. Okay, this is
I was
anyway, moving around.
Okay.
This article we just read was a retrospective looking back. And this one, I think, is written 2 days after they just performed the show. Okay.
Now wait, should we just call it out? This would be the day when this article is written that Phish actually covers another album.
They did.
Not on Halloween, but famously on my daughter's 4th birthday.
Groovy.
Did
they
when was she born? 96.
They probably
her
don't
second birthday. Because it hadn't happened yet.
Should we talk about it?
Let's read the article, and I'm sure we'll pepper in what we're talking about.
Okay, so
if you know Phish, you know what we're talking about.
Sure, exactly.
If you have read the book.
Phish cover Velvet Underground for Vegas soiree. Thomas and Mack Center, Las Vegas, October 31st, 1998, by Isaac Josephson. How do we say that? Josephson. One would think Las Vegas and hippies would mix like oil and water, but actually, the neon-plated oasis of greed has played host to some of the most awe-inspiring performances by many a jam band, Phish included. On one memorable evening 2 years ago, the quartet capped off an already. Come on, Ann, stop it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, on one memorable evening 2 years ago, the quartet capped off an already jaw-dropping show with a 45-minute encore that included various members of Primus, 4 Elvises, and a dog named Harpua, the stuff of legends. Unfortunately, whatever mojo the band had working for them that night seemed to have depleted by the time they returned this year for their much-celebrated Halloween show, where tradition decrees that Phish cover a classic album in its entirety. For the first time since the tradition's 1994 inception, Phish failed to capture the essence of that album.
Oh, we hate this guy too.
Is this what the fuck is this guy saying? Which in this case was the Velvet Underground's 1970 album Loaded.
Rolling Stone. God.
They
are not sucking the cock of Phish, clearly.
They're not. They're pissing in their ears, they're pissing in the ears of their audience. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's unfortunate. Ouch. Okay, well, there you go. This is what pop culture thinks of Phish in 1998. Well, Fair enough. This is why I'm kind of like had to be a closeted Phish head for a number of years for fear of, fear of the Rolling Stone too cool for school people to like call me out as. Anyway, take it away, Anne.
Well, it's interesting, isn't Brian? Our podcast begins with the Phish article from the New Yorker. Quite an essay, 45,000 words. And here we are, 27 years earlier, where Rolling Stone is just shitting on Phish. Shall we continue?
Feeling vindicated a bit? Sure, go ahead. Go ahead.
Phish's Halloween performance, as explained in the Phish bill handed out at the gates, is a statement, a showcase for what the band sees as a classic record. It's for enjoyment, but it's also for edification, to introduce Phish fans to another great and historical element of rock and roll. While 1994's rendering of the Beatles' The White Album and 1995's version of The Who's Quadrophenia were performed note for rock and note, Phish proved in 1996, when they covered Talking Heads' Remain in Light, that they could add their own verve and still retain an album's sum and substance. Unfortunately, asshole, it says it again, that didn't happen this year, and the group ended up doing the Velvet Underground a disservice. Wow.
Wow, unbelievable.
I know. I'm like, my heart hurts for you.
Unbelievable. I'm sitting here
such a different experience.
There's
probably.
no accounting for taste. And
it's true. And history has the last laugh, because doesn't it just sort of feel so like perpendicular the way that this is being described? Not that we've gotten into it. I mean, yet,
maybe we were, maybe he's right. Maybe there's an element at least to the truth to this. And maybe, you're just wrapped up in everything and everything was perfect. And maybe maybe like history is like, it's suspended for, it's somehow it's suspended reality. And it's, what you experience and what you feel really, like, the context counts. It's so important. I mean, I connect with music when it connects me with others. And I don't always connect with great music, unless there's some context where it takes me back or takes me to, and so, I was surrounded by my dearest homies. We were having like a total transcendent moment, and all of us were just like, we were all in it together, and we just like couldn't believe how much fun we were having. So maybe this guy was by himself, like on side stage or back or behind the stage or something. Maybe he just saw like a bunch of dirty hippies bugging out. Okay.
He probably wasn't sad to miss the show that would be played that night with his poor attitude.
Yeah. Okay. Whose paragraph is it?
I think it's yours. The album as performed.
The album as performed by Phish was lively and beautiful and distended. Distended?
Distended. Like a big belly that's hungry. Distended.
Okay. Was lively and beautiful and distended, as the band is so affably wont to be. What does that mean? Distended as the band is so affably wont to be.
Okay. It was stretched out. It was
beautifully stretched out. Okay, I got it. Beautifully distended. Got it. Okay. Problem is, that's not the Velvet Underground.
Cringe?
Have you listened to Sister Ray before? Have you listened to the entire side of one song of a Velvet Underground record? I don't think this guy, you're talking out of class, dude. The subjects and sounds that populate Lou Reed's songs, even on Loaded, which was a relatively upbeat rocking album, are burnt out, broke down, and close to the street. I fucking could not disagree more. These were qualities that Phish failed to convey. I completely disagree. I
Does
completely
he have
disagree.
a bad point of view on Loaded?
I think so. I think that's the root of the
Or is
problem.
he saying it's just kind of like
He doesn't know
a
the
sort of like a
Velvets.
working man's sort
He
of
thinks he
like
knows Loaded, but he does
tinkery?
not. He does not
Okay.
know it.
Okay.
He thinks that it's this tormented New York bad bruiser band,
Oh,
and
it's so psychedelic and sparkly. Like,
oh yeah, and Lou Reed. It's what imploded the band. It was the strife of like breaking from that, and Lou Reed wanting to be like Bowie or wanted to be a pop star, and it's got all and John Cale was gone, and Doug Yule came in, and it's very much on the cusp of this idea, but it is not in the camp that he's talking about. It's very much in the other. But having said that, it does end on "Oh Sweet Nothing."
uh,
And that is a very, very
say
sad
what?
tune. Say a
Ginger
word for
Brown.
Ginger Brown. She ain't got nothing at all. He ain't got his here. Is Ginger a he or a she? But it's again like always sort of ambiguous in the Lou Reed song. But she ain't got nothing at all. And that they played that. I got asked recently, what's the most joyous song you've ever? What's the saddest song you've ever heard? I said, "Oh Sweet Nothing."
Ooh.
They said, "What's the most joyous song you've ever heard before?" I said, "Oh Sweet Nothing."
She ain't got nothing at
Yeah.
all.
Anyway, this guy, that's the problem. He doesn't really
All
know
right.
the
Look
Velvets.
at that last sentence, though. Ouch.
Okay, these were qualities that Phish failed to convey.
Failed. You. I wonder what this guy is doing now.
We've got rock and roll, Sweet Jane, Who Loves the Sun,
Oh,
a train
yes,
coming
we
around the
do.
bend,
Lonesome Cowboy
Lonesome
Bill.
Cowboy Bill. I mean, what are you
Oh.
talking about, dude? What are you talking about? This isn't heroin. You know, this isn't femme fatale. This isn't all tomorrow's parties. This is fucking loaded. Like, get with it. You're stuck.
Okay,
Keep
let's
going.
read the
Okay.
next
Yeah,
because
go
it's
ahead.
gonna get owier.
All right.
Sweet Jane, with keyboardist Paige McConnell's crystal clear vocals and rich piano chords, came off a little too sweet.
I don't know if I
Gone
can
were
read it. I can't read anymore of this,
Oh,
Hannah. I
come on,
can't.
come on.
Okay.
Let's just
I'm
power through.
joking.
It's
I'm
good. It's
joking. I'm
good.
joking. I'm
I
joking.
mean, here's a great thing about reading. You can totally disagree with an author and have a great conversation around it.
Mm.
Okay, gone were the hoots, strains, and chuckles that have made that song a classic. New Age, a sad little love poem to an over-the-hill fat blonde actress, was turned into an anthemic and romantic saga. That's kind of I gotta listen to this set. Only two tracks, Who Loves the Sun and Sweet Nothing, held true to the original. Phish executed the former in a concise manner, nailing the sunny harmonies and bitter tone, and the latter with its cold, redemptive feel, languid vocals, and roominess for jamming was the perfect end to the set. This guy.
I think he's got the whole thing upside down. He's got like every line. I'm like, no. That's the other way around. No. You've got those two songs confused. But anyway, let's keep going.
All right, you go.
Of course, the musical misstep was only 1/3 of the evening's performance.
He's so rude.
This is Rolling Stone, folks. This is Rolling Stone.
Mainstream media.
Okay, the other two, the fake news. The two sets
Fuck.
that flanked loaded were classic, if not totally inspired Phish. Highlights included a rarely performed Sneak and Sally Through the Alley. That's a Robert Palmer cover. And a especially searing rendition of Mike's song. Okay. And an atonal jam fueled by a massive glow stick for, oh man.
Atonal fugue jam.
Where the audience hurled thousands of cylindrical concert accessories back and forth across the arena while the band jammed in sync.
98 was the highlight time of the glow stick. Like the short, fat ones that would hurt if they hit you. Okay, last paragraph. Perhaps the best testament to Phish and their fans was the performance of the hit single, Birds of a Feather. Where at most shows, the radio song will elicit cheers and sing-alongs from the audience, the folks here were uncannily silent as Phish sped through the first 3 minutes of Elektra's latest bankable fishy moment. Barf me out the door. This was Rolling
I'm like
Stone.
tempted to look this guy up.
I
and,
know.
like,
We're going to do a follow-up. Just before the last chorus, however, the band drifted off into a relatively short but new and inspiring jazzy jam. Then, and only then, did the fans start to pogo and cheer. With Phish, it's got to be new, or it might as well be nothing. Actually, that's kind of interesting. At least it keeps both the band and the crowd on their toes. The only redeeming sentences of the article are the last two. That's the only, like, this is like the last two sentences have a propheticness. With Phish,
remove the at least part, and I'll maybe agree with you. At least.
Okay, edits, ready? With Phish, comma, it's got to be new or it might as well be nothing, semicolon. It keeps both the band and the crowd on their toes.
There you go. There's the English teacher that we have on our side.
Yeah, bitches. Tis the season for editing. This far.
Yeah, this article, both these articles sucked. But
this one sucked worse than the first one.
It's true. I wasn't expecting. Wasn't expecting to have such a harsh criticism of it. I mean, like I said, maybe the guy's not completely off, but I just think, like, he's saying that Who Loves the Sun, Sweet Nothing held true to the original. No, Sweet Nothing was the anthemic. That was the one that turned the original Sweet Nothing on its head.
How so? Turned it on its head.
It was just, it got into the trills, and it was like it was light. It was more. All I want is more. It was like love and light. It was say it to me, Santos. It was like super vibed out
in '98.
But it had all the, like, it had all the melancholy of it as well. But it Phish lifted it. It lifted it to higher heights. They did an amazing job with that song. And Who Loves the Sun, like, I just remember being so excited for it because that's the first song on But New Age, there was the what was the one?
Can I have your autograph?
He said
to the fat blonde actress, I've seen everything.
You've been there. From paths of pain to jewels of glory. But when you kissed Robert Mitchum, that one's kind of a harsh.
You know what song I love off of Loaded? Ba 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 ba, and you better come to me. Come to me.
Better come. That's a great one.
I do believe you are what you perceive. What comes is better than what came before.
Oh,
what is that song?
Is that what song is that?
I do.
Oh, well, here, you know what? I got it right here, Ann. I got it right here on the table.
If you don't love things, you leave.
I just got this is the alternate version.
I found a reason. That's what
I found a reason.
I
found a reason. That's such a pretty song.
Keep living. And I've walked down life's lonely highways, hand in hand with myself.
Okay, well, so that wraps up 94 and 98. Let's just do it, Ann. Let's go for it. Let's get our asses to Sci-Fi Soldier. Okay, wait. Okay, before we do.
Oh, you want to do it? It's 4:17. I'm just keeping an eye on time.
I know.
I just closed all my
Windows.
windows.
But here's what happened. So
right.
Days leading up to the show, everybody says, "Oh, they're gonna play Ziggy Stardust." I remember Ziggy Stardust was a rumor at this particular show. Are they going to play Ziggy Stardust? I think they're going to play Ziggy Stardust or Exile on Main Street. They might play Dark Side, but it'll probably be Ziggy, Exile, or Trey mentioned in some interview.
When? What year? Which year?
98, this year.
Oh, yeah.
There was rumors going around that it was going to be Exile, it was going to be Dark Side, or it was going to be, what was the other one I mentioned? Ziggy Stardust.
Yes.
The other two, which they went on to, all of them, which they went on to play.
Yeah.
So they played Loaded, which was kind of like a curveball. And like not everybody knew Loaded, but I fucking loved Loaded. I was like, sick. I'm at this show.
You knew you were ahead because you knew the album.
Oh, I was so
That's
stoked.
like part of that like fandom, currencies.
Right.
Like, you knew the album before they played it.
Right,
Yeah.
So they play that. Everybody walks out and being like, wow, interesting, Loaded. Okay, why did they play like Nico and the Velvet? Like, interesting, Loaded. Okay, well, we didn't get the Ziggy Stardust. We didn't get Exile on Main Street. We didn't get Dark Side. We got a bunch of crowd. Those would have been, why did they play Loaded? Okay, it must have been like a real, okay, well, I'll take a Loaded.
Everybody
had these
in their
opinions.
Volkswagen buses, thinking about it, journaling about it.
Right. Everybody's got their opinions about it. It's cold. Actually, was it cold? Yeah, I think it was kind of like maybe. Yeah, I think it was kind of. It was cold by the time we got to Utah because our little entourage made its way to Salt Lake City, and we're like, we're gonna go see. I think there's one show waiting for us in Denver, and we're all obviously gonna get to the Denver show. But on the way back, we can go to Utah, but Utah is sketchy. And if you got a whole car full of hippies, you might just as well skip Utah.
Was it Utah or was Palo Solari? Where was the... Sorry.
The E Center.
The E Center. Okay.
The E Center.
Yeah.
The E Center. And you would have thought 20% of people would have skipped the Utah show, maybe.
Like,
but
so
it was
many.
But it was like 80% that skipped the Utah show.
Yeah.
And only 20% ended up going to a completely empty E Center. I've never seen such a thing in my life. It was like a basketball stadium, maybe not, 50,000, maybe 30, 20,000, maybe 19,000. I don't know. It wasn't enormous.
Let's find out.
Yeah, it was
Center Utah capacity. This 1,200. Good try, but yes.
1,200.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really small. 12.
No,
12,000.
Maverick 12,600. Indoor arena.
12,000, not 1,200.
12,000.
You said 1,200.
Oh, I'm sorry, 12,000.
Okay, I had a heart attack there because there's like 5. But
I've been a little out of it all day. This is just like what's going on when I'm in my.
Maybe I misheard you, but anyway, 12,000. Okay, so I was. What did I say? I said I wasn't that far.
20. Yeah, but.
Okay, I don't. How do you? It's like, how many birds are there in the sky?
I know.
I don't fucking know.
Birds are fake, Fry.
So 12,000. All I know that there was about 500 people there, or barely 1,000, if that. There was everybody that was there was on the first third of the floor. I want to even say like the first quarter in front of the stage. If you broke the stage into like a football field, everybody was on the 20-yard line and towards the end zone. And then there was a few smattering of people on the stage, and then like a bunch of spinners, like Grateful Dead, like concourse spinners, like all in the back of the place. It was so weird, and you were just waiting for everybody to fill up. There's nobody on the top tier, on the third tier or whatever, and it's just weird. It was empty. So
I'm looking at the internet. It sounds maybe there was 20 to 30% capacity. I'd say no more than 5K in attendance is like what the Fishnet forum says.
I'm
with
saying,
a quick,
all right,
the quick look. Yeah,
trying my best.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that it, like, you're right on. Like what you remember is correct.
So crazy. I didn't think there was 5,000. I don't even think there was 5,000 people there. There couldn't have been 5,000 people. It felt like you were in a high school gymnasium. It felt like there was enough room. Nobody was standing. You had all the room in the world. And there was no reason to crowd. It was very weird. It was it was almost like at Dick's. I see pictures of Dick's, like when the crowd's clearing out and like everybody's on this like sprawl, like all the remnants of the show are out there, and that's like what it was like but before the show rather than after the show. It was just people scattered around. So they come out and they play. What did they open with? They opened with something interesting.
Something in to breathe.
No. This was they didn't know. We got a Harpua. We get a Jimmy
I don't
story.
even really know the lore.
They come out and they play. There, okay, so hold on, let me pull it up. Oh, it's a great story. Dark Side Phish. So they come out and they play. They have like a set. They come out and they play like a normal. They play Tube, Drown, Jesus Left Chicago, Driver. They have a proper first set. Okay, Bittersweet Motel, Limb by Limb, Waiting in the Velvet Sea, Sample and Jar. That's set 1. Set 2 comes out with a Down with Disease, Mango Song, Moma Dance, You Enjoy Myself. Okay, we get a mid-set, second set, You Enjoy Myself. Very nice. Then we get a Harpua. And everybody says, we get into the dun, 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 dun. Hey, everybody, welcome to the E Center. Dun, 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 dun. And we're all freaking out, we're all loving it. It's like, and well, here we are, folks, back in our little world, and here's our friend, our protagonist, Jimmy. And Jimmy, yeah, Jimmy! Dun, dun. And Jimmy was on this giant adventure, and he was crossing the great country of America. And he found himself on one Halloween night in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Because everybody is coming from those shows back to Denver. Yeah.
And Jimmy sure did want to get back to the E Center, so he needed to thumb a ride. And a trucker came along and puts on the air brakes. And Jimmy has his cat with him. Does he have his cat with him? No. Oh, we're in Harpua, right? Okay, I forget how this goes. It's like a little foggy for me. So he's got
whatever.
He gets on the truck, right? And he says to the truck driver, "Hey there," and he says, "I'm trying to get to Salt Lake City." "Well, come on with me, kid. You can come. I'll bring you all the way." And the truck driver said, "You mind if I put some music on?" And Jimmy was happy to oblige. And he was about ready to kind of fade off. And the truck driver put a cassette in the cassette. And Jimmy realized it was his most favorite album of all time. And it's like, whoa, breathe in the air.
Oh my
fucking freaking out, right?
I have like chills all over me. I have definitely listened to that intro, and you can hear the crowd, however small it is, flip out.
Right. But it wasn't until you get to like On the Run or to Time
where it's like the
where
album.
You're like, we're getting the whole getting the fucking album. And then you realize what happened. These guys had loaded and Dark Side in both of their fucking back pockets.
It's anybody's game.
And that's what I love this fucking band. Is that that's the hardest working band. That's not going out there playing the same stuff. That's playing. You're going to play your 200 song repertoire, sandwiched by let's decide on the night. Obviously they had the handbills printed or whatever, but they could have even had the Dark Side of the Moon handbills printed for all we know. And decided at the last minute that we're going to go with Loaded.
There's 80 boxes of handbills. Cool. They had Phish ink in some big warehouse next to the Big Cypress.
I'd love to get my hands on one of those tapes. If those exist, right? Then they go all through the entire suite of Dark Side. They get to brain Damage. They get to Eclipse. And all that you see and all that you are, the sun is eclipsed by the moon. Dun, 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 dun. Jen, there we are back in the semi truck, and Jimmy's just so happy that he just listened to his favorite album of all time, and we're like,
yes! Is that how the show ends?
No, and that's not how the show ends. We get the end of I don't want a goldfish, I want a dog, and then you get the show ends. Then they go off, and you're just glowing with your what homies you have. Like, oh my god, we're at the show. There's nobody here. It's the craziest show. They come back out, and Andrea, they encored. I think the one and only time they played Nirvana's "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Shut up.
No, they fucking encored with Teen Spirit.
Oh my god! Just one and done, or what?
Dude, yes,
was it one and done?
One and done.
That's
one
awesome.
And done. It was incredible.
I bet people were flipping their shit.
It was very special. It was just, you were like, wow.
Because that's just jump around thrash it is teen spirit. It's like right on the edge of like probably your teens, right?
They did their best. You know, it was, I wouldn't call it like, you know, they were, you know, it was a
Whatever, it doesn't matter
swing
at
for the
that point.
fences kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
didn't really matter.
strong and
It was in
wrong.
the spirit of like sabotage. You know, let's
Yeah, of
not be
course.
all like the sad, big fat furry creature from Mars kind of vibe.
Oh, one of my
And it was
faves.
fucking fun. It was fun, and you just walked out there like, wow,
No.
that's so. Everybody's gonna be so pissed. Everybody's gonna
Right.
be so pissed.
And then what
Everybody's gonna.
happened? There was a Denver show. I can't remember that.
Yeah, then there was a
98.
Denver show. I think so at
Where?
the Pepsi Center, maybe.
98?
I had to check. I'm not sure.
Phish Denver 98 question mark? November 4th.
Yeah, the
Where
next
did they
night.
at McNichols?
McNichols. Okay,
I'm sure I was there.
I'm sure you were too.
That was just not the ghost night. November 4th. One night only?
Probably, yeah. Denver.
One night
didn't
only
get-
in
yeah.
Denver. Oh, and they played KBCO Studio the day before, and we went.
Okay, that's
That's
the
what
one.
it was.
Right,
They
right.
came back from the E Center. The E Center was on the Cass's second birthday. The next day, we went to KBCO. You were all lit up. We were in the buses. Cass is 2 years old. I have that great moment with Paige that I will never, ever, ever in my
Paige,
whole life
gave you
forget.
the wink. blew your
And
kiss.
then, yeah, wink and a nod. And then the next night is McNichols. And maybe one of those nights is when you tried to go stalk Phish at the Boulderado.
Did we?
I did
we?
not. I think you might have been in a posse of stalkers.
That's funny.
I think there's I recall a story in there. Wow.
Okay,
Golly.
those are fun. Those memories are long ago. Okay,
Oh
so
my gosh. Are we really gonna finish this
yeah,
article?
we're gonna go. That's it. So that's 94. You heard Quadrophenia, Remain in Light, loaded. Then you get Dark Side of the Moon. Then a few years go by, and maybe you even get a breakup, I think. And you don't get a Halloween for about 5 or 6 years. And then they come back and you get, or maybe you get Waiting for Columbus. No, wait,
No,
maybe
you get Exile on Main Street in California.
But that's
like
all 3.0,
2010.
right? Or 2.0?
Yeah, that's 3.0.
Okay, so Halloween goes away for a number of years. It comes back. You get Exile on Main Street. You get David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. You get, what did I say?
Chilling, Thrilling. You get
Chilling,
Fuego.
You get Fuego, Casbah Vox.
Wingsuit.
And so then you get to, I'm going to say 2022. Is that what year it was?
2021.
2021. And you get this. Well, and you get 3 sets of music again. You get a playbill, but rather than a playbill, when you walk into the venue, you get a comic book.
Oh, it was
comic book?
Yeah, this was amazing.
You get a comic book, and you start reading the comic book, and you start mailing me and saying, "Brian, there's a comic book. Have you seen it?" I'm saying, "Yes, there's a PDF. I'm watching it on Couch Tour." And I'm like.
Thank God for a comic book, because I was in so early to get a great spot on the floor that night that we sat there forever and ever and ever. And you're just, studying your comic book.
So you have no idea how this is going to go, but there's this comic book called Sci-Fi Soldier, and you're just waiting for something to happen. You don't know, are they going to come out and play the first? How did it work, Ann? Did they play? If they played the first set?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sure they had a wonderful set. I can't totally recall. A third set came after this, but the second. Let's just jump right to the second set. Second set. I'm sure you can see a few things in the rafters, and you're like, I don't know what's going on, but there's something something's going to happen tonight, or maybe you didn't even notice. But
no, there was lots of noticing. Things were hung up, and they start falling during the set break, I think, and the set is coming together and things are happening, and then I think at some point
you get like some backtrack.
There's like somebody flips a switch, and it's kind of like the stage starts to maybe percolate.
Okay.
And as the lights are going down, there's some like laser beam. I can't really remember.
And then you hear this voiceover that says, "All systems are go. All right, prepare for landing. Are you ready to rock?" Right, or it's time to get more down. There's like a little voiceovers. All the boys have their little line.
I'm sure that that's true. And underneath the stage, all those guys with their instruments in their spacesuits
They're
are
wearing
standing on
spacesuits
these
just like these.
platforms. Okay. They're standing on these platforms, and the platforms push them up, but they're in these tubes. So there's something projected where they're like coming down the tubes, but the tubes are filled with smoke. But it's like staged. So they come up, and then the tubes open, and they're like,
They've just beamed down from outer space is the
yes, correct.
illusion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's the
And
illusion.
there's
And it's
the
just
blue
like
one and the yellow one and the
they
red one
are
and the green
in
one. And
these
there's
dumbass suits with these
they're awesome,
fucking
incredible
crazy
spacesuits.
helmets with like wild instruments. It's so over the top. And Trey is just like sheepish in his helmet and his like green guitar. We were really close that night on the floor, me and some friends, and it was just like jaw on the floor for all of Sci-Fi Soldier. It was over the top and amazing. Yep, there they are.
So what?
Pow.
So Phish is in red,
Zing.
Mike is in green, or Mike is in yellow, maybe. Trey is in
He's the
green,
green.
and Paige is in blue. And they've all got helmets and visors, and their instruments. They've got matching instruments. They're not playing their normal instruments. And like Anne said, they've just beamed down in the illusion, and it's all cool. And they're all just like, okay, it worked. I think we're here. They must have, who knows if these things are going to come down, because they've been stranded on stage before it, a couple of these.
And so this is also like post-pandemic. So it's 2021. We have just had this fucking killer fall tour where Shoreline ends up happening, which was like a reset because it was supposed to be in Tahoe. There were all these fires. That's like a week or two leading up to Halloween. Or something like that, or it led up to Dick's, and then Dick's leads into Halloween. There was all this fun tour, and it's like the fall of 2021. We're out back at Phish, post-pandemic. You're pretending not to hear that people are getting COVID as you walk around in Vegas.
It was said to be a super spreader event.
Freaked out. I did not get COVID after that, but many people did. So should we finish our reading?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link to the PDF. I want to pull it up. I want to try. It's open. I'm gonna pull it up on screen.
Oh Lord, if you crash our stream. Oh Lord. Is he frozen?
Fuck. But I'm not gonna do it.
You're doing a freeze on my end. It could be different elsewhere. And Brian froze. You guys, Brian runs Tokyo Record Style, which is a rather popular YouTube channel. And sometimes people give him $5 something or others. I forgot what it's called.
Okay.
We should all give Brian a $5 whatever it's called so we can buy a new computer to host all of our tech, our wild tech for Read Icculus. We'll see if he comes back. What do you think, Brian? Well, it looks pretty frozen to me. All right, well, Brian and I could really go on and on when it's the two of us. And who knows if this is even entertaining to anybody, but I'm going to read the article until he gets back. And we are looking at November 1st, 2021. Phish unveil Sci-Fi Soldier songs and alter egos for Halloween in Las Vegas. This is actually a relics article, so I expect that it will be a little more generous than Rolling Stone in the 90s, that's for sure. All right. Phish once again used their Halloween costume set to debut a slew of new music and new alter egos. Their Sci-Fi Soldier set arrived with a 14-page comic book, handed out to fans as they entered the Las Vegas MGM Grand Arena on October 31st. Mine is a little wrinkled. The outing was not unlike their Casbah box set on Halloween 2018, which included an album's worth of new material, much of which remains in the Phish Live rotation. The Sci-Fi Soldier comic included Easter egg allusions to Phish's Baker's Dozen run, Trey Anastasio's Madison Square Garden platform mishap, and more, as it tells the tale of a team of heroes in the year 4680. Clueless Wallab, Trey Anastasio, Pat Malone, Paige McConnell, Paulie Roots, John Fishman, and Half Nelson, Mike Gordon. According to Phish.net, for their second set, quote, the band performed in elaborate costumes, helmets and all, true story, with alternate instruments, each playing within a flashing, glowing shape, 2 circles and 2 squares, after descending in the form of holograms from the ceiling in cylinders of colored light. The set opened with Knucklebone Broth Avenue, and all of the new cuts contain lyrics save for Ninth Cube. Tracks like The Inner Reaches of Outer, which is so interesting. I want to hear that again. The timing in that is so wild. I still don't know what's going on there. Tracks like The Inner Reaches of Outer and The Howling included pyrotechnics, which was really fucking awesome, and set closer, I Am in Miami, which I would also love to hear that one. Played on a ukulele, I do believe. So cute. Saw the band crowd around a single microphone with acoustic guitar, with Anastasio leading them exclusively on acoustic guitar. But I bet it sounded really cute with the ukulele accompaniment. Phish returned to their own identities for their third and final set, which opened with Carini into Lonely Trip. They later encored their 4-night run with a rocking Harry Hood. Check out photos, full set list, and a clip of Sci-Fi Soldier opener Knucklebone Broth Avenue below, and you can go to Phish's YouTube channel for that. Super fun night, as I recall. Well, friends, I don't know where Brian has gone, and I don't know if he's coming back. And I don't even know how the technology works. So if I leave the stream, does it end? Probably. It could just go on and on. Well, it's been a really fun Saturday hanging out. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I have a life and things to do. So if you tuned in, I hope you had a great time. I'm sure Brian does too. And if you tune in later, love and light from the future. And go for Halloween. The veil thins. It is the witching time. I am your friend, your local witch, Phish Witch. And I think we'll see you next week for another edition of Read Icculus. Thank you. And goodbye now. Goodbye. Thank you.
Damn, I missed her. Total crash. Anne ended the stream, didn't she? Fuck me. And I'm back. Do you want to come back in or no? Did you wrap it up? Intel. I'm still on an Intel iMac. Blast. All I did was touch. I just touched the browser. I just like moved the mouse to the other screen and I just touched the browser. I didn't even share anything or anything. Come on, Ann. All right. There's 3 of you guys watching. Was Ann here? Did she just bounce? I don't know if I can like scroll back and see where she was. Oh, blast. Oh, there she's back. Oh, she's back.
What
Okay.
happened? I finished the show.
I know. I was like rushing. I'm sorry, man.
That's okay.
It can be finished. It can be finished,
I
but
mean, I got to get on with my bad
I
self,
can be
eat some
finished. Okay,
food, and go to
fine. All right.
yoga.
Well, at least I can say goodbye. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I
Dude,
knew
I
it's
didn't even share anything. I just like literally just went over to another window that was open on the computer and just like pressed a button and just like total freeze.
this. I was soliciting for what is it like
I saw the super chats. Thank you. I
yeah,
heard you say
super
that.
chat.
Brian needs a new computer.
It's
Very
true.
bad.
It's true for all our high tech shit.
Oh man, I'm so
All right,
embarrassed.
Brian.
I gotta not do this anymore. I gotta just tell me don't do it.
I did. I told
I
you
know
like
you
twice.
did, but you gotta say no, really. You told me to tell
All
you to
right,
not to
live
do
and
it.
learn. Live and learn,
Fuck, I'm
Brian.
so sorry. Okay, so
It's okay.
Sci-Fi Soldier, we loved it. We'll read it next Halloween. Hang in there, guys. Next Halloween, because we're still gonna be going next Halloween.
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you
Gayute.
next week, right?
Gayute. Yes, I'll see you next week. We're gonna do two. We're gonna do two in a row. Maybe back to Japan. Maybe back to maybe some new place.
Maybe we'll have some new news. Who knows what's coming next?
Okay.
All right, Brian. I love you. Great to see you.
I love you too. Fun hanging out. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Oh, I think it's endearing and hilarious.
I'm glad we got to touch on
I've enjoyed our time.
Yeah, one of your favorite shows and one of my favorite shows. That was fun.
Can I say one story about that first Phish show ever?
Please, please.
I did not wear a costume that night, nor did my friend Amanda, nor did Adzam, our party of three, but we carried a 25-foot pink snake in with us. That was our costume. It was like
25 pounds. Is that what you just said? 25 pounds?
Foot.
25
it was
feet.
like
Okay.
a 25-foot giant beanbag snake that lived in our friend Ryan's room, and we were like, we'll bring it. It'll be funny. And we got like come onto the floor and put our snake down. And thank God we had that thing because I think we like napped on it in between the sets. And we stood on it so we could see everybody.
Snake.
And so at the end of the night, because that concert went on and on and on, it was so long. Wonderful. We come out, it's after 2 a.m. It's probably close to 3. It was so cold out. It was so rainy and foggy. And I just remember walking out like a fucking skinny acid skeleton with a big pink snake.
You didn't leave the snake there.
No, we brought the snake back. It was not we were always responsible group of friends, even though we were wild. But no, we came on out with the snake, and I just have never been the same since. My heart and my
Either I'm frozen or she's frozen. But either she was changed, and maybe she can hear me, but I can't hear her because of my piece of shit computer. This is pathetic. I can hear you now. Now you're back.
Oh, were you back too?
I don't know.
Okay.
But your heart was blown open. You were never the same. You were changed forever. And you with your pink snake at your first Phish show.
In a little blue dress that Shoshana still has.
Okay.
I might even have those Levi's I wore. I have some memorabilia.
All right. Anyway. Photos.
Thanks for the walk down memory lane.
Happy Halloween.
Like, nourishes my heart. 'Tis my favorite season.
Happy Halloween. Yeah.
Thank you. Arigato. Gozaimasu. Thank you.
Arigato gozaimasu. Okay. See you on the next stream, man.
All right. Sounds great. Bye, bye.
Right. Bye, sweetie.
Ciao.
See ya. Phew.